Hi, my name is Pierre from Walt. My game, rifles and cartridges. We are reviewing the CZ550 Safari Classic engraved model for Wildland magazine. The CZ550 design evolved from the Bruno ZKK600 designed by the brothers František and Joseph Krucci from the Česká zbrojovka factory in Uherský Brod, Czechoslovakia. It is basically a Mauser K98 design with dual opposed locking lugs and controlled feed. It also features integral dovetails on which telescope rings can directly be mounted. The CZ550 engraved version is a clear attempt by CZ to directly compete with the fancy rifles from Central Europe, Germany and Austria, where engraving, fancy checkering and stock carving is the norm. The rifle itself is in the classic American style with a straight comb and standard American forend. The butt itself, it has a rubber recoil pad, and at the bottom of the butt part there is a trap door with recesses in which three 375 Holland & Holland cartridges can fit, because this rifle is chambered for that cartridge. The grip itself is nicely engraved with some European style carving at the back or end of the checkering. The grip cap is contrasting dark wood with a plastic insert and a scrimshawed buffalo. The buffalo is not the only version or animal that appears on these rifles. There are quite a number of options, and so are the cartridge options. I would just like to show you the left-hand side of the CZ550 engraved version. On the rear, you have a beautiful American California style cheek piece with a shadow line. The firearm is equipped with two cross bolts to ensure that the action stays in place, whereas the floor plate is released by means of a typical latch just in front of the trigger guard. At the bottom of the forend, the floor plate is engraved and inletted as well, and so is the buffalo just ahead of that in the forend. The top of the rifle also sports some interesting inserts, deeply engraved, and everything that you use to make the rifle operate, such as the bolt release, the safety catch, the trigger, all of these are silver plated. The bolt itself is jeweled, nicely polished, and functions extremely smoothly, which is a feature that many people will appreciate on CZ rifles. The express sight itself is machined and shaped for dangerous game use, although it's very unlikely that a rifle such as this will actually see dangerous game use without a rifle scope on it. Once we move ahead of the sights, we find American style forend tip, with the only difference being that it does not have the square link between the forend and the tip as we find on most American and British rifles, but a rather rakish California style angled adhesion. The front sight is typical Bruno on a barrel band with a front sight cover that has an opening to allow some light to enter the area for use in poor light without removal of the hood. The rifle mechanisms are very simple to operate. The bolt operates in the normal fashion. When you need to fire the gun, the safety catch just needs to be pushed forward, and it locks not only the bolt but also the trigger up when the safety catch is to the rear. On the other side of the firearm, if you need to remove the bolt, there is a simple button that you press forward to disengage the bolt. The bolt, as I have said before, typical Mauser, dual opposed locking lugs to the front, controlled feed with an external extractor. The bolt sleeve, nicely engraved, also seals off gases that may escape through the action very, very well. That, ladies and gentlemen, sums up the CZ550, an excellent design with a proven track record in Africa. It really is good value for money. given the fact that this rifle retails for about 63,000 rand, which is on par with its opposition or its competition, and cheaper than you will be able to have all these features placed on a rifle by a custom gunmaker.